All right, so Bernie Sanders says nominating Hillary Clinton would be a disaster for the Democratic Party. Here's why.
Virtually every national and state poll that I have seen, we are running way, way ahead of Donald Trump. But more importantly, I know that the American people will reject the very basic tenets of what Trump stands for.
Our latest Fox News poll seems to back up what Bernie is saying. In a general election matchup right now, Sanders is ahead of Donald Trump 46 to 42%. Let's bring back Evan Siegfried and Harlan Hill, our political experts. So, Harlan, doesn't that say the Democrats ought to nominate Bernie Sanders?
Well, if you're just looking at the numbers, sure it does. But we know that there's all kinds of DNC protectionism that's been out since day one to ensure that Hillary Clinton actually secured the nomination. Everything from coin flips to superdelegates to manufactured controversies. It's clear that she was destined to get this. Even, Deputy Walterman Schultz actually said on CNN that superdelegates existed as a stopgap measure against the will of the people. She actually said that on CNN. He's not going to win. And I think that's in spite of the Democratic voter.
I've seen a number of Donald Trump tweets in support of Bernie Sanders. He says, poor Bernie, the Democrats are stealing this from him. Sounds like he ought to be careful what he wishes for.
Well, I think Donald Trump's going out and he's trying to appeal to those Sanders voters in hopes that they'll cross over for him. Let's be honest. Nobody has ever accused Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the chairman of the DNC, of being competent. And she's done a terrible job at the head of the Democratic Party. But then again, that's what you get with Democratic leadership. Bernie Sanders is right. He could beat Trump in a general election. But Bernie Sanders can't even beat Hillary Clinton, and she's a terrible, flawed candidate, and he can't even get as many votes.
Well, she is a known quantity. She's been on the public scene for, 30 years now. So people, maybe like yourself, are more willing to gamble on a Donald Trump who's new to politics.
Roll the dice, right? I mean, she has a 30-year track record of lies, deceit, and fraud. We know who Hillary Clinton is. Every job that she's held has been a complete and utter failure. Everything from her time as a U.S. Senator and her vote for the war in Iraq to her time at Secretary of State and the Russian reset, Benghazi, the emails. She's a terrible pick.
Fascinating discussion. Harlan Hill, Evan Siegfried, thank you both.